What's up, everybody? It's Dark Shard of the YouTube Assassin,
Got through.
and I'm over here battling in the arena. And I just want you to see something. It seems that Odyssey has been, or Origins has been setting us up for something in Odyssey, and I'm about to show it to you. So, here we go. If this Gallic brother will let me kill him.
Another sacrifice.
Are you ready? Here it comes.
The gods will be happy.
Do you see it?
Victory after victory after victory. The Siwan is fighting for more than survival.
Just let them live. But wait, let's see that again.
Another gladiator falls. Sobek will feast. The Siwan stands victorious.
And there it is again. But we made a different choice.
Claims another life. More bones for our animals.
Now, the crazy thing is that either way, whatever you do, you get the same result. Now, this was pointed out to me by 01BIGB. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, he pointed out that this was a minor thing, but you could come to the Gladiator Arena and you could go and you could defeat any of these characters, any of the bosses, and when you do, you actually have the option to either kill or not kill them. Now, the funny thing about this is that, you know, it's so minor, but it has no effect on the story. The outcome is always the same. Bayek could either kill them or he could spare their lives, and when he does so, it has no major outcome. You just, you know, continue doing whatever. So I don't know if this is just a practice fight thing that was instituted in the Animus, just so that Layla could practice fighting with Bayek. Maybe that's what the Horde mode is. But as we see here, it gave us a choice. Now the thing is that in the original line, when you actually play the arena and you actually are working on the crocodile, okay, that's the part where you actually meet these two brothers here. And in that line, Bayek actually spares them, so they're left alone. But if you come into the Gladiator Arena of your own free will and you start battling, you have the option to kill them or let them live. So, you know, maybe it's not canon, but they did give us a choice. Now, I'm wondering if, when we get to Odyssey, will all our choices actually mean something, or is it just going to yield the same results? That's the new question that I have here. What do you think about that? I'm thinking that maybe if they do something like this, where they set it up where you can play through the game, but whatever options you pick, it yields the same results. Okay? You're having a conversation with somebody. They offer you an apple. You decide to take the apple. You continue the conversation, whatever. If they offer you the apple, you choose not to eat the apple or take the apple, then, you know, they just put the apple away and the conversation continues just like it continued the first time. So, you know, that opens up another question. If we're playing a game like this, and no matter what we decide, the end result is always the same, how, you know, what options do we really have? Does it really impact the story? Is it really worth doing the options if they do it in this way? All right? Games like Mass Effect, you make your options, you make your decisions, and what ends up happening is it affects what happens later on in the game. Not just that game, but when you get to the second and third games, it also affects that as well. Unfortunately, you know, the Mass Effect 3 had a big whatever with the ending and stuff like that. We're not going to get into that, but we're getting into the options. It happens. You know, same thing with Telltale games, the Walking Dead series. Everything that you do in one episode affects what happens in the next episode, and even goes as far as the seasons. It affects the seasons, which is pretty interesting. So, are we going for a game like that? Or are we going for a game where no matter what you do, the outcome is the same? Now, when you're playing a game that has to do with history, it actually, you know, might affect it that way. It might have some kind of effect. Because what ends up happening is that you're playing through the game, and if you're not actually doing something that, you know, affects the timeline, if you make a choice and it affects the timeline, you have the potential to mess up the entire series and the lore of the entire series. You know? But if you do something and no matter what the outcome is, it's always the same, you know, that's kind of weird. Is that a game worth playing? That's the question that I have. Like, it makes no sense. If you're going to play through a game, you have to actually, and you have the choices, you have to actually have some effect, some impact. If you're just playing through and no matter what you decide, the choices are always going to end up with the same results, that's kind of uninteresting, you know? And it's kind of rough because you've got two people that you could play as, either Alexios or Cassandra, and when you play as either one, whatever you do with one, you do with the other one. It's the same exact story. I was hoping that if we had two different characters that we could play as, that what would end up happening is that we would have like two separate stories. You know what I'm saying? It would be like two separate timelines and everything like that. But the way they're making it, regardless of who you pick, they have the same exact adventure. And regardless of what you do, you know, if you make choices with Alexios, Cassandra would be able to make the same choices. And that's just weird to me. It's very, very odd. So what do you think about this? Do you think that that's going to be like a worthwhile thing? Would you like to see it a different way? What do you think we're going to see in Odyssey as far as like the options go and everything? Do you think it's going to yield the same results? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support us even further, consider supporting us on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you could make sure that we give you more content like this and even higher quality videos. I'll put the link to that in the description below. And like always, thank you for watching.